Hey everyone, it's Dennis from Postcard Travel Planning coming to you from Tallahassee, Florida with beautiful weather, by the way. I don't know where you live, but it is pretty good. And we have our Santa hat on, as you can see. And thank you to Tanya and Earl. Every year we've had this for 3 years. So thank you all. It's an amazing hat, right? Can't get better than this. It's got anchors on it. So thank you, Tanya and Earl. We are Postcard Travel Planning, bringing you the latest travel news from around the world. We got some actually exciting news and some interesting news. And I'm by myself tonight because Amy is out. She's dealing with some clients right now. So yeah, she's handling some business right now. So I'm handling everything. But thank you and Merry Christmas to everybody. So let's start off first. We have a lot of things going on, so we wanted to cover a few things right now. Our number one thing is the drink of the week, obviously. So if you haven't had the drink of the week yet, for Christmas, we're doing the Peppermint Martini. So make sure you look at our posting. There it is. Mine's a little darker than it shows on the video, but this is, we use Smirnoff Peppermint twist right here. So you can only get it around the Christmas time. So if you haven't had it, buy it now. It's not too expensive, roughly $20 a bottle, maybe a little bit more depending where you are. Peppermint twist. It is amazing. You can't supplement it. It's the only one out there. So we give Smirnoff a shout out. So yeah, we have Kahlua in this. We have a little bit of liqueur and a splash of Bailey's. So that makes our peppermint drink for Christmas. Peppermint Martini, lots of vodka. More vodka, the better, right? Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. Okay, so trying to look through here to see if there's anything jumping out at us. Remember to share. So we want you to share because if you share, then we're going to do a big drawing tonight. We're going to do several drawings tonight, actually, because it's Christmas. So, yep. And we'll look at, we'll take care of that. Let's see. Let me see if I have okay. Oh, there. Drink of the week. All right. You remember the Peppermint Martini or Peppertini? So good. It's actually, you can only get this around Christmas time. Could supplement it any time of the year, but right now we have the ability to get the actually Smirnoff peppermint. So, okay, so okay, so let's. There we go. Sorry, lost you for a minute. Carnival Cruise Line Jubilee arrived in Texas, so that's a new big thing. If you haven't been following us, Jubilee is the third series of the Carnival Cruise Line. We started out with Mardi Gras, then went to Celebration in Miami. Mardi Gras in Port Canaveral, then Celebration in Miami. Then now we got Jubilee in Texas. So Galveston, congratulations. You got a beautiful ship. And as Amy and I said, it's like a game changer. It's literally a game changer for Carnival. I know Earl's been on it. A couple people on here have been on it. It is a great, great ship. It is. If I had to say it best, takes the combination of many cruise lines, put it all into one. It's a game changer for Carnival. It has a lot of the flair of Royal Caribbean. It has a lot of the specialty dining like Norwegian has, but it has its own, Carnival theme. Amazing ship. It is absolutely amazing. We have some friends going on the Mardi Gras, and I told them it's like nothing you ever sailed on. You're going on Carnival, you don't think you're on a Carnival ship. You're on a whole new game changer for Carnival. So, yeah, if you're going out there, Jubilee is now in Texas, so they got 3 sailing. just came in, so we're pretty happy over that. The other thing is Caribbean has suffered some wind deviations. If you haven't seen that, Amy and I talk about this all the time. If you want the calmest seas, you go in the summer out of basically through Mexico. In the winter, you're getting northeasters and storms coming down from the northeast. Port of Miami the other night, over the weekend, suffered severe winds where it delayed the ships from coming in, so that ships were leaving out at 9, 10, and 11 o'clock at night because they had to adjust due to the winds. And we have some people and some friends of ours and some clients traveling right now. They're on cruises. Some were supposed to go on a NASA, never made it. And some deviated and went all the way down to Puerto Rico because of the winds were so strong. Remember, you're at the peril of the weather. The ships are not going to go in and put you in danger or the safety of the ship. So mostly public safety, obviously. But we've had that happen before, actually, several times where we were supposed to go to a port, never did. Just remain flexible. And so there's a lot of complaints coming in right now for Carnival. They had a ship. No, it's MSC Meraviglia went out in New York City and was supposed to go to the Caribbean and never went. It went to Boston and then into Canada, and people were complaining. And I get that. I absolutely do get that. But do you want to go into the storms and have all of the heavy seas where people are sick? Or do you want to go somewhere where it's safe and you can actually go to ports? Because not too long ago, last year, we remember Royal Caribbean came back from the Caribbean, was going back to New York, and they hit a storm, and it broke a bunch of stuff on the ship, and people were sick, and everybody said the ship should have deviated, and they blamed Royal Caribbean and said that they were unsafe. You can't have it both ways, guys. It's a ship at sea, no different than getting on an airplane and trying to fly from New York to Miami. If you go to New York to Miami, you might make it there. But if you have bad weather in Miami, they're not going to land. They're going to go to a deviation airport or vice versa, because we've left here. We're supposed to go to New York and ended up in Boston. And we've actually ended up in Boston and got grounded there due to snow. It's just life, guys. The cruise ships are no different than the airlines. It's no different than you driving on the road. So MSC Meraviglia leaves out of New York City, was supposed to go to the Caribbean, end up going to Boston and New England. I would count your lucky stars that you had a safe trip and it was smooth and you didn't have rough seas. So, yeah, so there you have it. Okay, so moving on, Caribbean, bad weather. It actually deviated several ports in Florida, not to mention Port Canaveral and also Port Everglades. So, but you know what? I'd rather be late 6 hours than be out at sea at sick or to be on our safety in jeopardy. Okay, so moving on. Any questions? Remember to share, because we're doing multiple giveaways tonight. I see we got Jerry on, we got Earl, Tanya. Hey, guys. All right, so looking through some of the news here. Oops. Let me go back here. We have a lot going on right now. Oh, hold on a second. I lost everybody here. Stand by, guys. I lost you here for a second. I'm not sure why. Hold on one sec. If you're still hearing me, hold on one sec. I got you. We just had a technical difficulty. I'm looking at the whole screen one way. How do I get back to it? No, you got to come out here. I can't figure it out. Okay, I'm back. You guys, hopefully we had a slight deviation. I got you. All right. Hope I didn't lose you for too long. I'm back on. So slight deviation. Okay. So let me talk about Lisbon, Port of Lisbon. So a lot of ports around the world are starting to add taxes to cruises. It seems to be the thing now that everybody has to add a tax or charge people for coming in there. So CLIA, the Cruise Line Industry Association, is trying to fight this, but some of the taxes are so minimal, like $10, $15 per person. You don't even see it in your overall purchase of your cruise. But just remember, there's people fighting on our behalf, and CLIA is the number one, and they've been fighting this to try and get it. But this has been happening, and if you remember a couple years ago, Key West tried to block cruises from going there, and they tried to add a surplus tax and tried to tax us beyond belief so that you wouldn't go there. So they right now they have regulated somewhat, but Governor DeSantis had come in and blocked them because it's international commerce and they can't block that. And actually, most of the people want cruise ships to go there. It was just a thing that started. So this is we've seen this also over in Italy, right? And we've seen it in another couple ports, but insignificant. But I want to let you know. So if you see this, don't panic. It's not that significant, and we'll deal with it when as it comes up. So, but actually, it's not. It's typically it's not a big deal. But we are monitoring it, and so is CLIA. So we're trying to make it so that everybody, no matter what, the cruise lines are looking out for us to make sure that everybody has a good trip and it's not being overtaxed. So thank you, CLIA, for doing that. Another thing is let's talk about right now Carnival. So Charleston. There's been a lot of change this past week because of the weather. There's a lot of winds that's affecting the East Coast. Remember, if you're doing East Coast cruises, once you get in December, January, February, into March, it could be affected. Heavier seas, heavier winds. It's going to change what happens in the ports. What happened in Charleston recently this past week? People were out on a Carnival cruise and they came back and their cars were flooded. They had the fourth highest tides in the history there in Charleston. So a lot of cars were damaged and so forth. Obviously, that's not the cruise line's issue. It's depending on where you parked. Now, I will tell you, this is a lesson for us as well, because we've had a lot of people that had hurricanes come into like Miami, and they were parked in the upper decks, and their cars were safe. Never thought about it until I read this article and started looking at it. Don't try and park on the first deck, especially in Charleston. It is very low there. And so when you go out, you're talking not too many feet above sea level. So the water's going to come up. Never thought of this before. So we're doing this together. I would park third or fourth deck up. You can withstand the wind and the rain, but you can't withstand the flooding. There was a lot of cars that were damaged due to this in Charleston. So in Miami, if you haven't parked in a port in Miami lately, they all the decks are pretty high. We just parked down there in the brand new some of the brand new terminals for Royal Caribbean and Norwegian, and we parked. I think we parked on the fourth floor for Norwegian. Which, listen, if the water gets that high, forget about it. The whole city's flooded. You might as well forget about everything. But really, really good parking garages. But so Charleston, here's a lesson to be learned. Do not park on the first floor. Miami, if you park on the first floor, you're talking about a significant tidal surge. Doesn't happen too often. You'd have to have a big hurricane going in there. So if you're second floor and above, you're not going to have to worry about it. So, all right. Remember to share, because we're doing multiple giveaways tonight. Yeah, I got Maravilla covered. Okay. So you guys, Merry Christmas to everybody. If you haven't joined on, if you haven't heard the story about this hat, thank you to Earl and Tanya for designing these hats about 3 years ago, and we wear them every year. We'll wear them next week as well. So yeah, pretty good. All right. All right. So let me think here. Is there anything else coming up here? Sonia. Air. Okay, we do have some air news. Elvelia, there's some new commuter airlines that are going in. They're actually 737 aircraft. Same thing that they're flying with Southwest and so forth. They're flying into smaller airports like Lakeland, New Haven, Connecticut, and so forth, trying to create these commuter routes that you don't have to go to the big cities and be tied up. So Lakeland, Florida is actually one of the new airports that are going to get some service by Avilo, and they're going to be servicing all the way up north to New York and Connecticut and back and forth to Florida. But if you live in Florida and you want to get out, Daytona Beach is also serviced, and now Lakeland, Florida, that is coming, which is great. So if you don't want to go out of Tampa and you don't want to go to Orlando or to St. Peter, Clearwater, you can go out of Lakeland, and this is happening right now. They're in the works right now to have this happen. So Avilia, which is very low cost airlines, they're talking anywhere from under $100 to $150 a flight direct to like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, so forth. So let's see. We'll give some more reports on this when we get some routes and stuff like that. But Avilo is working on a contract right now with Lakeland Airport, so that's a big deal. So if you haven't flown in a while, go to the big airports. It's okay. They've recovered since COVID, but there's still a lot of deviations, a lot of issues, and a lot of downtime. But if you go into Lakeland, I can assure you, you can check in an hour before and be on an airplane and be out of there to your destination. So hopefully it goes to somewhere where you want to go and so forth. So, okay. With that said, it is Christmas. We're doing a lot of things. We got several people cruising right now, people over in Europe right now. Weather in Europe's great. Weather in the Caribbean is good. Other than those, there was a lot of winds the first few days over the weekend, caused the heavy seas, deviations in ports. Same thing coming into ports on Saturday and Sunday. Everything was kind of changing, but the seas have calmed down. Remember, that's just the way it is. You're at sea. You're peril to the weather, just like anything else. Same thing with flying. So anyway, okay, let me check and see if we have any, see if there's anything that's coming up here. Any questions come up? Cruise stocks. Yeah, cruise stocks were big down this time. I do have it. They're down, but they're up from where they were, but they are down right now. And unfortunately, but it's shifting right now, but they are way up because if you remember, Royal Caribbean was down in the 30s. We're up at 120 right now. So yeah, it's a lot of shifting going on, uncertainty with the market, uncertainty what's going on. The cruise industry is solid. We research this all day, every week. All of the cruise lines, including MSC, Norwegian, they all have ships backed up over the next 6 years, ordered out, because the cruise market industry index is saying that there's going to be huge, continuing to grow. Only 50% of North America is cruise, so it's an uncharted market, really. A lot of money in the Mediterranean, a lot of money in Alaska, meaning that they charge more for those cruises than they get it, but still value based in North America. So I know a lot of people don't want to keep going to the same ports, but if you pick and choose your cruise, you don't have to go to the same ports. And like when Amy and I, we've been to Nassau literally 30 times or more. We don't have to go there. We go there, but we don't necessarily always get off the ship. We enjoy the ship when it's going. But so there's a lot of changes going on, but North America is still the #1 market, a best value too for your dollar. Remember, Peppermint Martini for Christmas. Nothing better, actually. Nothing better. All right. So let me go over some of the notes here. Airlines, so I told you what's going on with them. Everything's pretty solid. They've increased the amount of pilots and staff for the holidays. Hopefully this year is going to be the turnaround year. As you know, in years past, a lot of cancellations, a lot of deviations. Listen, we can't blame the airlines when there's snow or wind or weather, but we can blame them when there's not enough staff. And those days are over. They're doing a lot of training, a lot of pilots, and there's a lot of aircraft up in the air. So we should see a big turnaround for Christmas. Anybody have anything? Let me see if anything brought it. Hey, Angie. Carnival earnings report tomorrow. Thank you for that. I didn't know that. So we will take a look at that and report on that next week. Carnival earnings are coming out. From what we've seen over the past couple of months, their earnings on the cruise line is amazing. Significant growth over the past year. And everybody has been talking about 2019, which that was before COVID. That was the highest grossing ever in the cruise line industry side of it for travel than any time in their history. And then 2020 obviously affected the airlines, affected travel to Europe, affected everybody's travel, including the cruise lines. And then since everything's come back, 2022 was big. 2023 was huge for travel, whether you're going to Europe, whether you're taking a flight or taking a destination or all inclusive or a cruise line, significant increase. So we'll keep monitoring that. I'm glad you told me that about Carnival because we'll watch that and monitor it. Report on it next week. So, all right. So with that, it brings us down to the end. We're going to do. Yeah, sorry. If I'm cutting off, it's because the computer's like glitching on me. Amy usually runs it, as you know, as perfectly as can be. Amy is not sick. Amy's handling some stuff with some travel stuff right now, so she couldn't be on. So she asked me to handle it. Unfortunately, it's Christmas, and we wanted her on here, but we do have her hat right here. Actually, it's sitting right there. Thank you, Earl and Tanya, for the Santa hats with the anchors on them. So 3-year deal. Every year we wear them. That's how tells you how much we care about those hats. Let me see if I get our thing around. There we go. All right. So with that said, I got two things. I got the stocks. We're going to do our drawings. So everybody that's on, stand by, stand by. We're going to do a couple big drawings. We're going to do two $10 drawings and two $25 drawings. So stand by. And I'm taking some notes right here to make sure that I have everybody captured. Okay. All right. Make sure everybody's in. Okay. I think I got everybody. All right, Steve, glad you joined us. Thanks, Steve. Amy's working on some travel stuff. She's not sick. We're all fine. Thank you all for the well wishes you gave me over the past few months. As you know, I got sick. What you don't know is I got sick a week and a half ago with the flu, which took about 5 days to get over. Actually, I took Thermaflu, and I was 3 days I was better, but it took literally like 5-6 days to get over it. So yeah, thanks for everybody's well wishes. Better to get rid of it before Christmas, right? All right. All right, so we're looking now. Let's go over the stocks real quick, and then we'll do our drawings. And I got the joke of the week. Our joke of the week comes to us from one of our fans out there, so don't hold it against me. So as you know, the stocks have been going up and down, but overall the stocks are huge right now. So Royal Caribbean come in at 120.95. And remember, all these cruise lines, if you have 100 stocks or more, are you going to get $100 onboard credit on a 7-day cruise? You might get a $50 credit. We know how to navigate that. We've actually had some times where they didn't give it to us because we're on a special rate. But if you're on a normal rate, typically most people are going to get it. $100 onboard credit, $50 for a 3 or 4 day cruise. Carnival, 1815. And then Norwegian would come in at 1990. 1990. The big deal is Royal Caribbean at 120.95. So that's a big deal. Caribbean stock, you need to have it. And typically, before it's going to still go up. It can still go up to 30s, 40s in that era. So if you're going to buy it, you're still going to make money. But if you want to have stock in the cruise line and get some extra benefits, you can still covered here. Okay, so we got. Okay, so there we go. So let me reach into the big vault. It's Christmas, right? So we're going to give away two $10 gift cards right now for $10 are going to be for Chick-fil-A, which is God's restaurant. And then we're going to give two $25 gift cards going out to two other people. So here we go. All right, so first drawing tonight is $25 gift card is going to Angie. Angie. I think Angie's been on before, but Angie, $25. Thank you, Angie. The next one's going out, $10 Chick-fil-A card going to Earl. Earl, you still on, Earl? $10 for Earl. $10 for Earl. All right, let me make sure I got this. And the next gift card is going out to Lauren. Lauren, $10 Chick-fil-A. Remember, if you don't like Chick-fil-A, I will use the card if you don't want to use it. Lauren, Chick-fil-A, $10. The last $25 gift card is going out to, here we go, drum roll, please. Steve. Steve Thomas. You're going $25 for Steve Thomas. Merry Christmas, Steve. He gets the $25. Make sure I have this captured. Lauren, 10. Angie, $25. Good job, Angie. And Earl, $10. I think Earl is the overall ever longest standing winner on Postcard Travel because I think he's won more than anybody. Hey, Robert, I see you on there. Merry Christmas, Robert. Robert, we need to go to a football game. Actually, we're going on New Year's. So those of you that haven't figured it out or have us talk about the Bucks, we have 5 season tickets every year to the Bucks. So if you want to go to a game, let us know because obviously the schedule's not out for next year, but we already have our seats already paid for next year. So we love it when people join us because we have fun out there. We do a tailgate. We have parking. So love for anybody that wants to go to give us a call. Probably coming out around March or April. I think they break the thing, but we already have our season, which is crazy, right? You pay for the tickets. You don't even know when the games are playing or who they're playing, but we got to pay in advance. But we already have 5 seats reserved for the 2024 going into the 2025 season. So yeah, if you want to go, give us a call. All right. I know what you're thinking. The joke of the week comes from outside, so we got to talk about that. And then we'll be back to you next week, and we're going to be in Beau Rivage in Biloxi, Mississippi. We're going to come to you, and we're going to do another special giveaway, a whole bunch of good things. We're going to have a whole bunch of things to go away because it's giveaway because it's New Year's. So look for us from the Beau Rivage in Biloxi, Mississippi next Wednesday. So, okay, so here's the joke of the week. Okay, why aren't koala bears real bears? They don't meet the qualifications. Qualifications, I was told. So koala bears don't meet the qualifications to be a real bear. All right, that comes to us from Jeremiah. Jeremiah, thank you from Postcard Travel for the joke of the week. We actually, just so y'all know, we do have a lot of jokes come in. They are not family friendly. They're adult friendly. They're not family friendly. So we can't talk about. I had 3 of them come in and I couldn't talk about any of them unless you go on a cruise with us. So what we have going right now, let's talk about that. You need to be on our cruise in March, which is the first responder cruise. We have 89 people on that. People from all over. The rate is still very low, but it is going to Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, and NCL's private island on the NCL Escape, which is the Guy Harvey ship out of Port Canaveral. So I can't quote the prices, but there's somewhere less than $3,000. I want to say around $2,500 for 2 people inside, and it's about $3,100 for 2 adults in a balcony. That includes unlimited alcohol, 2-night specialty dining, Wi-Fi, and some kind of discount for excursions. So that is a hell of a deal that we have right there. The other one is September, over my birthday, September 2024, Icon of the Seas, which you can't touch the ship. We have 8 rooms left in interior rooms for September, and it's September, I think it's 20th through like the 28th. My birthday's on 24th. Actually, I can tell you exactly what the dates are. But the rate we have right now is $2,800 for 2 people on an inside. It's over $4,800 if you went online. You can't make this up, right? You cannot make it up. So I'm telling you right now what it is. It's September, I think it's the 22nd through the 29th. That's over my birthday, which is Tuesday, the 24th. So listen, over $2,000 cheaper. The Postcard Travel Planning has those discounts. We also have another group going in November. It has balconies available. Prices very similar, a little bit more, but it's very similar. Almost $2,000 cheaper than what you can book if you went with Royal Caribbean or if you went online. So we only have 8 rooms left on our September cruise. Please join us on that. We also have January on NCL Viva going out of Puerto Rico. If you want to do that, we have some friends going on that. That is an amazing cruise. I think that's January 12th. Let me tell you right now. I'll tell you what it is. So it is, yeah, I think it's the 13th or 14th, all the way through for the week going into the second week, which is the 21st. That is a great cruise. That's going Southern Caribbean, unlimited. And we have very few rooms left on our January cruise out of Tampa. That's on NCL Jade. That is going to Key West on the private island. And that leaves, hold on a second. I had it pulled up here. January, that's the 12th through the 15th, comes back on the 16th. So over MLK, Martin Luther King Day on the 15th, we're going to celebrate, but we're going to Key West, first stop. And then we're going to the private island, which is Great Stirrup Cay. And also, not to mention, it includes all the alcohol. So you're not paying for alcohol, 1 night of specialty dining, Wi-Fi minutes. So yeah, it's a great deal. Very low rate. I can't tell you what the rate is on that. You can send us an email and we'll give you a quote, but it is very low. But you're going out of Tampa. So very easy to get to, very easy to get out of. Great port to go out of. So those are a couple of things we have. We have two groups going in Alaska in June and July. So if you haven't been in Alaska, you need to do that. So yeah. All right. With that said, Merry Christmas, everybody. Hey, Robert. Hey, Donna. Love you guys. All right. Stay safe. We'll be back to you next week from Beau Rivage. And hopefully when we report to you, we've won money. If we're not going all the way to Mississippi without, winning something, we don't want to lose all our money. We've been very successful in that. Actually, I might as well put this out right now. So if any of you want to, or if you haven't gambled in a long time or don't know, or are a little anxiety over it, we're going to be doing in 2024. We're going to be doing basically a Postcard Travel casino cruise, because we've been very successful on with the winnings in the casinos. We know how to manage it, and there's a lot of tricks and stuff like that we want to bring you up to speed on. We have an expert, Rick, that's going to be coming with us to talk about craps. If you haven't played craps, he's going to navigate you through craps. He's a master at it, because I've been with him. He's taught me that. Also blackjack, roulette, and roulette's Amy's specialty. She's going to talk about that, and also the slot machines. So ease a little of the pain. Come with a budget. We're going to show you how to make a little bit of money, maybe get some returns, and some of the returns that you get for gambling on the different cruise lines, where if you go to different casinos, because the perks are where the money's at. You get free rooms and discounted travel and stuff like that. We'll show you how to navigate all that and just have fun with it, right? If you have a $300 bankroll, it's $300. We'll make you and show you how you can make and manage that the best. If you got $1,000, that's great. But you don't have to have $1,000. You can have $300 or $400 or $500. Have fun, make a little money, maybe get some points up, maybe get some free perks along the way, maybe a massage, maybe a free travel, maybe some comp rooms and some free dinners and stuff like that. So we're gonna be announcing that in January. We're probably gonna do 2 cruises because we have a lot of interest in this. So yeah, we'll share that with you guys here soon. So all right, any questions? Anything else out there? All right, Earl, I see. Thank you, Earl. Again, another winner. I'm telling you, we have somewhere in our books here how many times people have won. And Earl, you're probably the longstanding winner of postcard travel over the years. Thank you for your loyalty. Robert, yep. Okay, Robert, I see that. Amy, about the 2025. I'm gonna take care of that right now. I don't know how that happened. 20. So, I don't know if I'm losing you. Am I going in and out? I'm not really sure. It's just automatically dumping us here. So Steve Thomas was you want to know more about the Viva? We had a great time on the Viva. I will tell you the Viva, it's Norwegian's new ship, Viva. Um, it's a whole game changer for Norwegian. It's a completely different ship from the Breakaway and Breakaway Plus class ships, which is Encore, Bliss, Joy, um, Breakaway, um, several others. There's like 7 ships in that class. I think it's yeah, 7 ships in that class. I got 5 of the 7. Um, what was really interesting about the food service is different. They broke up the buffet. The buffet is about half the size of the buffet, but they have a I want to say it's like a food truck court down below on the deck 7 where you go to different areas and they have barbecue, they have tacos, they have modern day foods like different types of chicken and stuff like that, fresh vegetables, salads, all that stuff, a la carte stuff. Really, really cool. Um, Nothing bad to say about the ship. Was amazing, very modern. So yeah, so Viva was amazing. We don't have anything bad to say about it. Um, no. So plus, I think one of the things what changed a casino. Amy and I won a ton of money in the casino, and I didn't think for a brand new ship that hadn't been out to sea very long that the casino would be hot. We won a bunch of money in the slot machines. So I will tell you, the slot machines are. We'll talk about this if you go on our cruise, but they pay, right? Sometimes they're paying, sometimes they're not. They don't feel like they're paying, or vice versa. But if you manage yourself right and play it right, you can limit the amount of money you lose and actually have fun, and then maybe make a little bit of money. So we won a ton. I'm telling you, a ton of money. Every time we turned around, we were winning 3, 4, 5, 6, $700. Bam, 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 bam. It was a great cruise for us on Viva. So going to the islands, going to be multiple different ports it's going to be doing. But yeah, so Viva, if you're interested in Norwegian, we got you. We love Norwegian. The food is great. Comes with the drink package. MSC Cruise Lines comes with the drink package, so it makes for a value packed day at the end of the day. But yeah, great cruise, great cruise. All right, Robert, we'll get back to you. I'll have Amy send you some information on that, and we'll stay in touch. All right, any other questions? What's the dates in the islands, Robert? What which islands were you talking about? Is it for the March cruise? Because we're going to Jamaica, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, and then Puerto Rico. It's going deep Southern Caribbean. That leaves in January. I think it's the second week of January for a week. Just got to fly down to Puerto Rico, but we have a discount on hotels for Puerto Rico as well. So, Robert, if you want to give us a text, we'll take care of you. Earl, hope the IRS isn't listening. Very good point, and we can talk to you about that. 1199 and below, you don't pay taxes on it. 1200 and above, then they actually IRS you and you get a form. So he's asking about the casino. You can win $700 10 times. You don't have to pay taxes on it. The minute you win 1201 or 1200 and more, you're going to pay taxes on it because they're going to they're going to give you a slip on it. It's going to what's called a hand pay. They come out and pay you, and they sign your information, and then you're going to be paid. We actually had that. I had that. Amy had it twice. I had it once. We try not to get the hand pays. So, okay. All right, Robert, I'll send you the information in January. That's the Viva. Amazing ship going out of there. Couple of great hotels that we have hooked up. Discounted rates to go there, but flying to Puerto Rico and you're going to Southern Caribbean on a brand new Viva. So we can't do it. We were going to try and do it. We can't do it because we have another cruise going out of Tampa. We're already committed to with a pretty large group going out of there to Key West and to the Great Stirrup Cay. So otherwise, we'd be on that ship, Robert. All right, I'll have Amy send you that information tomorrow. All right, guys, stay safe. Thank you. Merry Christmas to everybody. The winners, congratulations. Next week, we're going to have a big drawing, twice what we have today. Join us for the New Year's. Happy New Year's. Merry Christmas. Stay safe, everyone. Peppermint Martini. Merry Christmas, everyone. Stay safe.